Hello, my name is Seamus O'Hanlon and this is the 3 o'clock news bulletin. Up to 500,000 public service workers are striking today, including over 300,000 teachers across England. TUC figures published today claim the average worker is over £200 a month worse off compared to 2010 once inflation has been taken into account. Today we'll be devoting our programme to the country's largest strike day in over a decade. Teaching staff across 23,000 schools have walked out today. Joe Platt, former Labour MP for Leeds, said, "It is important to support our teachers and trust in them that conditions of pay, retention and lack of investment is an issue. We need to hear and listen to what they say." In St Peter's Square, UCU strikers have started 18 days of action between February and March as they chase what they say is a fairer economic package in pay and pensions. Johnny Bentley went to meet him.
But particularly the meanness of the universities. You live in Manchester, you go up Oxford Road and you see, for example, Manchester University, it looks like a shopping centre and building sites everywhere. Not for education, not libraries, not places for lecture rooms, and not giving money to lecturers. They're interested in making money. I mean, it's disgraceful, really.
Across Britain, train services will be impacted by strike action on Wednesday and Friday this week, meaning no trains will be running across 15 networks. As the country faces its largest strike day in over a decade, the government's minimum service bill is in the House of Lords after being passed through the Commons this week. The strike's minimum service bill sets out to limit the capacity to strike for public services, including health and education. Employers would have the right to serve a work notice, which would specify the number of people who would be legally mandated to work. The minimum service levels are not defined in the bill itself and are instead left to the discretion of the minister responsible for each industry. Students from the University of Manchester are currently on strike to a decline in living conditions while rents continue to soar. Residents of the Owens Park campus in Fallowfield are vocalising their frustrations by withholding their rent payments in a bid to put pressure on top university executives. The strikers' demands include a 30% rent reduction for the remainder of the academic year, as well as a 30% refund on their rent payments made in October. Here's what one of the movement's representatives had to say.
All we've got from the university is emails and calls telling people who are striking to pay. That's pretty much all we've got. We've not got anything like sympathetic from the uni or sympathetic from the higher ups. And we reckon that it will take quite a long while for that to happen, so we're just waiting patiently. On the whole, although not all students are striking, they're very much sympathetic towards the cause, because if you speak to any student across any University of Manchester campus, pretty much everyone would have had a problem, whether it be with like rats, mice, mould, poor maintenance qualities, like anything of the sort. Everyone's very much sympathetic to the cause, everyone's on board, everyone supports, everyone's been sharing, so support among students has been very high. I'm currently paying £110 a week for this, and in 2004, which is the year that pretty much everyone in Oak House was born, it was 54, so it's gone up by obviously, including, taking into account inflation, it's gone up by around 40%. And the conditions have stayed the exact same, as you can probably see. This and another accommodation called Whitworth Park, which is in the city campus, are definitely the two worst ones. The other ones are not as bad, and then there's some which are really nice but also not affordable. So although not all accommodation is of really poor quality, all accommodation isn't affordable.
Yeah, that's perfect. You happy with that, yeah? Yeah, sweet.
Thank you for joining us, and you can catch our radio programme later at 5.